Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to tell you why I live in Jersey City and not in New York City. I think all of you know that I'm here to do a course in advanced filmmaking from Digital Film Academy, which is in fact in Midtown Manhattan. So it would have made a lot of sense for me to stay somewhere in Manhattan around my school so that my daily commute is easy. But I stay in Jersey City, New Jersey, which is across the river. So I'm making this video to explain why I live here and not in New York City. So let's start. Oh, and I hope this video helps anybody who's watching this to make a decision on where they are going to stay. This video is more for bachelors and students who come here from India or from any other country, to help them figure out where to stay and what will be more efficient for them to stay. So yeah, I hope this video helps, and now let's get started. Okay, so first and foremost, the most important thing of all, rent. Rent is expensive. When you're staying here in the US, the most you're going to spend on something is going to be rent. No matter what part of the country you're going to be living in, the most you're going to spend on anything except your fees is your rent. So as I told you, my college is in Midtown Manhattan, and I initially had planned to live in Brooklyn, which is in another borough but still very close to Manhattan and my school. The rent in Midtown Manhattan, or for that matter all of Manhattan, is not really affordable at this point for me, or might not be for any of the students or bachelors that are coming here from another country. Unless you're earning like a stable income here, I don't think living in Manhattan, or for that matter Midtown Manhattan, makes any sense. But what I was planning to was stay in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, where a lot of the students and bachelors from India stay, so that it's easy for them to travel to Manhattan, travel within New York City in the MTA, which is the subway system here. And to me, it made a lot of sense to stay in Brooklyn, in Bay Ridge, so that I can commute to school easily. I can board the MTA train, that I can get to school quickly and easily. But the rent there was still kind of high. It's not as high as Manhattan obviously, but it is still not very affordable. So my third option was here in Jersey City, where a few of my friends also stay. They live near me. Some of them live 5 minutes away, some of them live 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away, but I am still surrounded by a lot of my friends. The rent in Manhattan is about $1,500. I was never planning to stay there anyway, so let's throw that out of the window. Brooklyn was about $700 odd to stay in Bay Ridge, and I stay in Jersey City right now, where I pay $525 as my rent, which is the primary without any bills. So the most important thing you might want to focus on while you're choosing where to stay is the rent and how it affects you. When you live in Jersey City or anywhere in New Jersey close to New York City and not in Manhattan, it costs you half the money, or at least half the money. The amount you'll be paying in Manhattan, you're definitely going to pay half the amount here in Jersey City or anywhere in New Jersey. And it's not like I'm living in a bad area. I'm living in a very good area. My house is great. I love the place that I stay in. I love the street that I live on. There's a huge park right beside my house. There's another park, walking area just 5 minutes from here. All the supermarkets are about 10 to 20 minutes away, so everything is in walking distance. So yeah, it's great. Okay, so number 2 is proximity. Proximity in terms of time is the most important when you're going to be traveling every day. So for me or any kind of bachelor or student here, you need to get to work or school from your house, right? Out of the few areas that are affordable in New York City, Queens and Brooklyn are the most eligible or the most efficient to stay in. So let's compare that to where I stay. I stay on JFK Boulevard in Jersey City, and my college is besides Times Square. So this is the distance that I cover every day, and it takes me about 30 to 40 minutes every day in a bus. I travel every day by the bus, which goes from right in front of my door. So it takes me about 30 and at the max 40 minutes from here to get to my school. Whereas a few of my classmates who come from Brooklyn or from Queens, it takes them about 50 minutes or maybe even 1 hour when the trains are late or when they catch a slower train. So that was also a very important point in me choosing living in Jersey City, because there was no point in living in a much more expensive apartment and then still taking more time to reach my college. I'm saving my time every single day, and I'm also saving the rent money. The next thing is company, friends. The only friends that I had when I came here to New York lived here in Jersey City. Nobody I actually know lived in New York City. And all the friends that I've made over time for the 6 months that I've lived here also live in Jersey City, and all of their houses are here in close proximity, and I visit them very often. In fact, I visit my friends every single weekend so that I am not lonely, I am not bored, I don't feel alone. But having my friends here was also a very important part in choosing living here in Jersey City and not in New York City, because if I wanted to visit them, it would have taken me an hour or an hour and a half to just come here to see them and visit them, which did not make sense at all. Now that I live here, I visit them every single weekend, and I think that makes me feel really happy. And I'm really glad that I chose to stay near the people that I'm friends with, because if I was living there in a quarantine situation, then I was never going to come here in the MTA. So yeah, I'm glad I chose to stay here and not in New York City. Okay, so the next part is space. I've already showed you my room, but here it is again. This is my room. It is really spacious for something you can get for $525. I would say it is big enough for the rent I'm paying right now. But if I was staying in Brooklyn for a similar price, I would have gotten a room half this size. Or if I was looking for a room this size in Brooklyn or anywhere in New York City for that matter, it would have been easily twice the rent that I'm paying right now. So for the amount of rent I'm paying, this is a really good deal, and I like how spacious this room is, even though I share the rest of the house with my flatmates, and it does feel a little bit better to have a bigger room. A lot of my friends who are living here are paying almost the same rent as I do, but still have smaller rooms, much smaller rooms in fact. So I'm really lucky that I found this particular room to stay in. So yeah, space also plays a really important part in choosing where to live in, because there is no way you're going to find this much space in anywhere in New York City for this price, or for anything under, I think, $1,000. Okay, the next thing is lease. Not everybody knows this, but if you are staying in New York City or any of the boroughs of New York City, you have to sign a lease. Like, everybody asks you to sign a lease, and if you are on that lease, you have to be earning at least 40 times the rent, which for example is this amount. Then you have to be making this amount every year to be able to sign that lease. And if you're a student like me, then you can't earn the money, right? So if you're not earning this much money, you have to have a guarantor who will sign with you on your lease that that person is your guarantor, and he will make sure that you pay your rent on time. And if there is a guarantor on that lease, then your guarantor has to earn at least 80 times your rent. So if this is my rent, my guarantor has to make at least this much money every year so that he can help me sign my lease. So that was also a very important part in deciding to stay here. I understand that not everybody has to sign a lease when they live in an apartment in New York City, but most of the apartments there follow this rule and have to sign a lease. So that was also a major part of why I chose to live here and not there. Next up on the list is the view. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. There is absolutely nothing like living in New York City at all, period. Nothing. No arguments there. Living in New York City is a one-of-a-kind experience, and I really want to have that experience, but right now when I'm a student, I don't think that I should be paying that much money just to have that experience. Maybe sometime in the future I might want to live there and experience that, and people watching this who are students or bachelors will also not prefer living in New York City because it is that expensive. That lifestyle, that vibe of the city, it comes at a price, and it is a very heavy price. So I think everybody who's a student or a bachelor will choose to stay in New Jersey any day over living in New York City, if you're trying to save money, that is. And I know living in New York City is one hell of a vibe, but there is also nothing like living somewhere where you can see the whole New York City skyline from. There are a lot of places here in Jersey City where you can see the skyline from, and the view is just beautiful. And even from Brooklyn, which is on the other side of Manhattan, where you can see the skyline, it is not as good as the view from Newport or Hoboken, which is in New Jersey. So I didn't really want to spend extra for that view, so I did not choose to live there. I chose to live here where I am currently living, and I right now I don't think I can afford to have that New York vibe and stay in Manhattan or choose Brooklyn for that matter. So yeah. Up next is parking. Parking in New York City is just impossible to find, and even if you find something, it is impossible for you to pay that much money just for parking. People who own cars and live in New York City often have to get a shed or a garage space for a whole year or for a few months so that they can just keep their car there. So they basically have to pay rent for that particular space just to keep their car, because they cannot park their car anywhere else, because the parking laws here are really strict and you can't just park anywhere you want to. You have to park it in a paid parking. Whereas here in Jersey City, if you're renting out a house, your house will most probably 90% of the times have a driveway which is right in front of your house. You can park your car there, and if there are multiple families staying in the same house, the landlord can offer you some place to park your car in. So that is also a very big deal. I personally had nothing to do with parking because I'm just a student. I don't have a car. I don't plan to get a car. None of my friends have cars. But still, if anybody wants to have a car here, so that is also an option worth considering, that in New York City, parking is very expensive and you have to rent out a whole compartment just to park your car. That is just spending more money. It's just not logical to have a car and still choose to stay there unless you want to pay that much more. Because if you have a car and if you live in Jersey City, it is very easy for you to commute from here to there. So I showed you guys my apartment, which might not be the best example. So here is my friend's house, which has beautiful windows and beautiful lighting, and it has an amazing view of the city from their terrace. And everything else around here is also calm and really peaceful. So this is one of the things that is only Jersey City specific, that it is very calm, very peaceful, and it is also very beautiful. It is obviously not the same vibe as New York City, but it is very different, and I kind of like this vibe. And the view of the city from the terrace is also a bonus, and not every house here has that, but luckily their house does. So I like this view a lot. Okay, so I told you about all the positives living here in Jersey City and not in New York City, but there are negatives, obviously. So here are all the negative points about living in Jersey City, and here are the things that I am majorly missing out on. Number one, and the most important, the New York lifestyle. The run and gun, fast paced, everything happening so quickly. The core New York vibe is that fast-paced lifestyle. It's just one of those very New York things that you can't experience anywhere else in the world, and it's very New York specific. So I'm majorly missing out on that, but right now I can't afford it, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, that is one hell of a vibe, and you can get that vibe only in those blocks of New York, nowhere else in the world. The second and the most prominent downside of living here in Jersey City is that my traveling cost goes up really high. If your college or your workplace is inside New York City, it's going to be a lot of money for you to go get from here to there. Living here might be cheaper, but you will be spending a lot more on transportation, because if you're using the subway, you have to get a path pass from here to New York City, which is a different subway line, and to travel within New York City you have to get the MTA card, which is also expensive. So you pay twice as much for the subway as you would if you lived in New York City. So that is something you consider. But it is also one of those things where if you're staying in Brooklyn and spending $1,000 on rent and then $100 more on your MTA pass, so that's $1,100, right? And if you're living here in Jersey City, you spend $500 on your rent and maybe $200 on your metro card or pass, that is still $700. So you're still saving $300. But yeah, that is one thing you should consider or have to consider. Luckily for me, my college is near Port Authority, which is like a bus stop. There are a lot of ways to commute in New York City. Community Lines is one of those routes, and even the buses go right in front of my house, so I don't have to use the subway station. I don't ever travel by subway unless it's the weekend or something. I travel only by road, which is either by bus or by the Community Lines bus service. So both of them are comparatively cheaper than the metro ride, but I still spend a lot of money going from here to New York and from there to back home. There's a lot more that I'm missing on, like all the street food, all the places being in close proximity, all the tourist spots being in close proximity. But right now I am willing to sacrifice on all of that so that I can save up some money. And I think if you are a bachelor or a student like me, then you would also prefer that over anything else. So I hope this video is helpful for you to help choose where to live. And if you're a student and you need any help regarding any other thing here in Jersey City or New York City, just let me know in the comments below. If you need any kind of guidance with rent or anything else, I will try my best to help you out. I hope this video helped some of you, because when I came here I looked at a lot of videos about where to stay, what to do. So I hope that I am doing the same for some of you. That is it for this video, and thank you so much for watching. This, I think, is a much longer video than my usual ones, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.